Hi Stacey.
Hi, how are you?
Tell me how was training today? We saw a little bit at the start, quite lively.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've been here for the weekend and we all kind of wanted to go out and start fast, which is the team for the week. So that's what we did, and it was really, really sharp and everyone was ready to go, and we did go.
It's just been a long build-up when you come into your training blocks, your 2 warm-up games all out of the way now, the send-off, the travel over. Is there a sense that it's getting real now?
Yeah, I feel like once the things started happening towards the World Cup and we finished our last training session in Dublin, it starts to feel real. Like you can't have your foot on the plane yet until you've done all those yards. And I think the things that Aon and Energy have put on for us, for our families, and kind of like set the tone on, oh, it's actually happening now, it's time to go, and getting on the plane, getting here, getting acclimatised to the venue and stuff like that. It's been really good. So I think we're looking forward to getting started. It's obviously going to be a busy few weeks, so we're just getting going is probably the most exciting part.
Has everything gone up a level in terms of expectations? I know Scotland and Canada match, some positives, some negatives, but in terms of the team holding each other to account a bit more, the coaches expecting a bit more, have you noticed a significant up in those days?
Yeah, 100%. And I think from warm-up games, you don't want to go out the blocks too early and be performing 10 out of 10, because that's what the warm-up games are for. It's to learn what you need to do right and wrong, and kind of learn what you can do better. And I feel like we got what we wanted out of those games. We found areas that we need to improve on, and we have been improving on them in the last few days. And we obviously started slow in those games, so that's going to be a big focus of ours going into the weekend, that we put our game out there first and we start fast, which is what we've been working on.
On that, what have you actually pointed at? What did you figure out that you did wrong on those 2 days that you know you can put right this Sunday?
I just think we didn't get into the Irish way enough, like starting our game as soon as we set onto the field. We kind of took 20 minutes to get into the games, and I think that put us on the back foot in both games, and kind of looking and you're like waiting for something to happen, whereas we actually have to go out and put our front foot first and make things happen for ourselves at the start of games, not waiting for things to happen for us, but going out and just starting the way we want to.
What's it like being part of that exciting back three? You have a bit of competition on the wings between Anna and Amy Lee and Babine and yourself. Where do you see that now, and how much more can we see from that partnership?
Yeah, I think it's really exciting to have such pace. For me, I always feel like it's really nice to have someone to pass the ball to who's able to run the length of the field, because it wouldn't be my game, but obviously I know what I'm good at and what they're good at, and I think it's been so competitive and each player is getting better, and how we're gelling together is getting better. We're playing off each other more, and I think coming from the days where you might only have one out and out pace, we actually have such out and out pace across the board, and I feel like it's going to stand to us so much, because teams are more athletic now and teams are more powerful and strong, and I think we're right there with them, and it's really like a joy to see that even when Lee makes a break, there's someone chasing after her 100%, and she might get caught or she might not get caught, because we have that pace within the squad that it's not just one fast player, it's like the whole load of them are just so fast. Like,
I guess there'll be a lot of focus on what you can do on Sunday, but in terms of Japan, Ireland have had some close matches against them and were beaten a couple of years ago. What are you on the lookout? What are their threats?
Yeah, like Japan, I feel like everything they do, they're so diligent, and I feel like they might not be the biggest team, but they're so skillful, and like their kicks are on a tee, the passes are on a tee, they're really good jackal threats, and I think we know what they're good at, but it's also just about bringing it back to our squad and what our strengths are, and not playing too much to the opposition, but focusing on what we can do in the green jersey, and hopefully we're putting our game out there for people to then try play up to our standards, because I feel like when you start changing for other people, it kind of, you go away from your own game, where we're happy with where our game is, and we know we can get good bank of what we're good for and what we're good at. So
just a final one from me, because Irish women's rugby has had a lot of ups and downs over the last few years. 8 years since you played at a World Cup, so it's a new level of publicity for the team. The WX3 and WX1, they were kind of away from the spotlight because of where they were played, when they were played, television and that. Does the squad feel any extra pressure that this is when all the eyes of a nation will be on them, after fighting so hard to get to where you are now, and the negative publicity that surrounded the team? Has that been addressed and spoken about amongst them?
yeah, I feel like having eyes on women's rugby and our team is never going to be a bad thing, because we want the Irish people behind us. We want to have the support of everyone, and if that's us going out and getting a good performance or not getting the performance we still want support from our country and the people back home, because our green wave isn't about whether you're doing well or whether you're doing bad. Like, there's going to be ebbs and flows in any team, and like not everyone's going to be the best all the time. And I think it's about getting eyes on women's rugby, because this is going to be such a major pedestal for women's rugby and pinnacle of it, that I think this is going to change the game, this whole tournament. And I think it's really important to get eyes on that, and the fact that we're on the same time zone, we're 45-minute flight away. Like, if people get behind us, that's exactly what we're looking for, and if that means more eyes on us, that's exactly what we want, because the women's game is grown ample like numbers. So what's the harm in having extra eyes on it?
And are you confident all that what you just said there, Stacey, that will bring out the best in ye starting on Sunday?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I feel like we want to sell out stadiums and we want people to come to our games. We want to break crowds year on year, and I think we're not going to get that if we sit and are afraid to put out the performance that we want, or we're sitting afraid of what people will think of us, because it's only going to push us to be better. And if eyes are on us, young girls are going to want to pick up a ball, or boys are going to want to pick up a ball, and that's just going to make rugby within Ireland more competitive, and that's going to make the team more competitive. And it's not just this one top tier team anymore. You have like a ripple effect through the country. The grassroots are growing, and you're just going to see in maybe 5-10 years time, it's so competitive because of this event, or like how much this has been shown. And I think it's so important that the broadcasters can get behind us, the country can get behind us. Like, it just will have such an impact on the game, and that's what we're hoping for.
Like, even the way you're talking there now, like, you mentioned it earlier that, like, fast start is kind of the theme of the week. Do you almost have to kind of, okay, let's not play the game in my head too early in the week, you know what I mean? You almost have to pace yourself because it is such a big event in your lives.
Yeah, 100%. And I think the way our week is structured, we've been doing our set days for our set like kind of team training sessions that we're not match ready right now, but like we're building into that, and we know the flow of our week. We're comfortable in the flow of our week, and we know come match day we'll be ready to fire, and that's what we've learned from our warm-up games. And when we hit the Six Nations at the ground running, we need to do the same thing. And I think for this tournament, obviously it all starts on Sunday and we'll take it game by game, but I think we've kind of built into this week to be what it's going to be.
Can you give us an example of the way the flow of the week goes for you? Like, kind of week, what's that like?
Yeah, so it doesn't start on a Monday anymore because our games are Sundays. If it was a Saturday game, it would start on a Monday. So on a Tuesday, we have a gym session and kind of a walkthrough, clean up, tidy up what way we want to play for the weekend. So we walk through that before we go out on the field. Then today, obviously Wednesday, so Tuesday was yesterday. Wednesday we have another gym session. We have our units meetings, team meetings, and then we go into our compete session, which is our power session. It's like the hardest session of the week. Team hasn't been announced to us yet, so everyone's fighting for a performance in that session, which is really intense. Which it was really intense today. It's one of our hardest sessions and one of our sharpest sessions, which is very much what we wanted. Tomorrow we'll go into like team run-throughs, and the squad will be announced and stuff like before the session, obviously to us internally, not to use yet. But we'll go through what plays we want to play, how we want to get on. We'll do recovery. We'll have more meetings. We'll have a down day Friday, and then our captain's run on Saturday, which is getting everything right, cleaning up the final touches, and then into the game on Sunday.
Stacey, can I just ask you brought up the pace thing there, and it is kind of like really striking just how many threats there are in this group and you all come up with it at the same time. Do you think that's just a coincidence, or having gone through the system, do you think there's something about how you guys have developed that type of athlete?
Yeah, I don't think it's a coincidence at all. We have a front row today hitting an 8.04 meters per second, which is crazy. Like, that's so fast for a front row. Like, that's kind of what we are expecting now, and like having that athleticism from the front row to the back three is so amazing. And it's not a coincidence. We're lifting heavy, we're running faster, we're playing better rugby. It's all accumulated from our background staff to give us every tool we need to go out and perform like that. And we're so competitive within our group. Like we have a compete board, whereas like there's like your CMJ, your meters per second, your HMLD, like your high speed meters. We compete in everything we do in your units, and if your name's on the board, you've won that week. So it's all about winning, but you're winning individually, but you're also winning we're in mini unit teams. So we're in teams of like, we have 4 teams, and it was like a teapot cup. We call it the tin pot cup because it was a tin pot, but like we were competing with each other the whole of pre-season, and I feel like it's such good camaraderie within your group, but then such a nice competitiveness and petty competitiveness as well. But like the SNC are driving that to then make us be more competitive but get better at the same time. And anyone in a high performance environment will tell you, like, you don't want to be not on the board. If you don't want to be on the board, you're in the wrong sport.
Who's been on the board in the back 3 unit?
A lot of different people for a lot of different things. Lee, Bay, everyone's been on it. Like all the back 3 have hit something different, whether it's high speed meters in training, or if it's CMJ jump, or if it's power output on a squat. Like everyone is good at something, and I feel like that's really good for a lot of things, but it's no one's getting left behind in any area. Like we're all competing for each thing to be the best.
I know you used the example of the front row, so maybe not for them, but maybe for you guys in that back 3, presumably the sevens impact is no coincidence on that speed point as well. It's so valuable in that part of the game.
Yeah, 100%. Like we still like the girls who are through the 15s and centralised programme are still hitting the same speeds as the girls who've been in 7. So it's not like one versus the other. It's actually both of our programmes have been benefiting the athletes that we are, and we're measured up to each other, and we're doing the same job now. So it's a women's programme. It's not one programme's doing one thing, the other's doing the other. We're actually working together, and you can see the benefits from both, which is so like amazing because you have multiple threats throughout the board.
And do you feel, last one for me, do you feel you're equipped as a side to take advantage of those threats out wide? I mean, I remember it was the Wales game, you started off, it was constantly wide, and you were making so many breaks on counter-attack, and then after half time it was almost as if the opposite happened and you went line out more, we're just going to take advantage of these types of things. I mean, I'm assuming you're going to say you always want your hands on the ball, but you feel like you have that balance between using that threat but also doing the upfront fundamentals.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes a good team, that you have those threats. You can go through teams, but you can also go around them, and it's having the ability to balance that, because if you're testing teams edge, you're not going to get anywhere, because we need that front foot ball to be able to play to the edge. So I feel like having that balance, our team is really good at that. And yes, I always want my hands on the ball, but I know that it's better to get the ball in my hands when we're getting front foot ball instead of a defensive line coming straight up at you. Yeah.
Claire, do you want to go and then share?
Nice, so right. You talked about the Irish way a little way back, and I was just wondering if you could tell us what that is.
It's like we call it our green wave. The Irish way is something we used years ago, but I just always refer back to it. But our green wave, it's being the most connected team off the field, but also on the field, and having that connection that we always have each other's back. Like Irish people are so nice; they'll always have your back. But I feel like we drive that within our squad as well, and we want to not only make performances on the field that we're proud of, but make performances that will ripple through the country, and that we can inspire the next generation to come and pick up a rugby ball and want to be a part of what we're about. And it's just so, like, we're here for, I think we've been in camp for like 8 weeks nearly, but we're not sick of each other yet, and I feel like that's so nice. Like, there's so many different personalities in the group, and we're so lucky to have such good like social group who drive what we do off field and are connected time. But we also know each other well enough to know when I want to be away from the team, I want to have my own time. But we're so connected on and off the field that that's kind of our green wave, and we want to put out performances that everyone is proud of and that we can really stand to.
I mean, 8 weeks is long enough with your best friends to really stir already. So taking something very practical, logistical from the 7 circuit, what have you been able to tell the 15s girls about how to not go too bonkers on the road, how to pack their bags, what have you been able to
Oh, I'm still the worst for packing my bag too heavy. I had to rearrange some things on the way over here. I think I brought like 9 pairs of shoes with me. Well, who needs 9 pairs of shoes? And 3 pairs of boots. I'm like, what am I doing? So I don't think, sometimes you can't learn. Yeah, I think the girls have been away enough as well in WXV in Dubai for 3 weeks straight and in Vancouver the same time. Like everyone always has their own way of doing things and that's fine. But like, if you like, we spoke about things like the crowd and like the atmosphere just coming from the Olympics last year, like how we felt walking out, what our experiences were like. And I think that's really important because the crowds are going to be so big in this competition. We shared that with each other. We also do pack some clothes. Like if you're friends with someone, they might take one thing, you might take another. Hair straighteners, hair dryers, like there's so much of that, but like one person might take one thing and another. But yeah, I think getting away out of the hotel when you're on your downtime and finding a nice coffee or like going for walks is really nice. We're really good for doing them things, and we play cards. Sometimes it does get a bit too competitive. We played last night and it was a bit competitive, so we had to call it off. It's supposed to be our downtime, we're supposed to be relaxing. But yeah, no, doing like little things together and in like mini groups and even just spending time away from rugby is really nice. We all kind of know that. Yeah.
You're rugby players without coffee and without cards.
Yeah.
Turning back to rugby itself, James Gainsborough hasn't had much time to get his feet under the desk. So what's he been able to do in 2 months with you on the defensive side of things?
Yeah, Skays has been really good coming in. He obviously has a really good background and he likes rugby league as well, which they're very aggressive in their defensive line. So we're doing a bit of like similar stuff, but yeah, no, it's been really good. He's had a really good input in the group, and I think that like having multiple coaches coming from different kind of backgrounds, and then he obviously played with Stino before, so it's nice for them to have a good link up because they help each other in attack and defence, and that feeds into the group and bouncing ideas off each other and stuff. So it's really good. I feel like it's been way more than 2 months. Yeah, which is good.
And last one from me, if I may. It's so clear and obvious how much you're improving under Scott. The transformation of this team is brilliant to see. How much higher is the ceiling? And if you, without giving away any trade secrets, what have been working since we last saw you on that?
Yeah, I think it's interesting because someone spoke during the week the age profile of this team. Like Dana, Dalto, like a lot of the girls are like 20, 21, 22. Like I think there is no ceiling at the minute because their rugby playing age is so old for how young they are, and like they're just grown within the game. And like Aoife Dalton is like one of our best defenders, one of our best attackers, and like she still has so much time to grow in a high performance environment. Like it's so exciting to see, and I think having that age profile, like this team is only going to build and with younger girls coming through as well, and then a little bit of touch of experience at the top. I feel like if we can get the most out of each other, the team will just keep it growing.
So she is ridiculous.
Yeah, she's so good. I love playing with her.
Right into you as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You mentioned the car playing there. Anything else that you've done since arriving over here that you...
We went to Oxford for a day away. We got nice coffees. What else have we done? Playing cards. Some of them have been going for puckabouts. Puckabouts, like hurling. Yeah, yeah. What else have we done? I think we're going to do some painting. Oh yeah, the girls went golfing for Beth's birthday. Yeah, so a few of the girls went golfing for Beth's birthday. Yeah. 2 golf courses, I think, is it? Here, so they went and got a tea time for one of them, and I think 10 of them went golfing. Yeah, there's just so much to do. It's really nice around here as well. Like we're in Whittlebury, but like the grounds of the hotel are so beautiful, and like the weather's been so good. Bar today, the weather has been so good. It's like you could be on a vineyard in France, minus the wine for us, obviously. But just walking around in the evenings, it's really nice, and kind of just watching the sunsets and stuff together. It's just kind of, yeah, just peaceful. Thanks.
You kind of, obviously you've mentioned it a lot about the downtime, but we've also seen you guys been having some fun on like social media, making some things.
Yeah.
How important is it kind of to reach out to a younger audience through those means from your side as players?
Yeah, like I think it's so important. Like Obviously, the communication world is building and growing every second, and the reach you can get on social media and other like apps and stuff is crazy. So like, if you're getting someone eyes on the team by doing a funny TikTok, like Eve Higgins is killing it at the moment. Her lip syncing is so good. I'm just like, how are you doing this? And then just like little things like that, like it's fun for us as well to make, like we enjoy doing it. And like I always think like we'll have those videos forever. Like I'm just like, they'll be saved somewhere on a phone or just on an app, and we'll get to watch them back, and they'll be our World Cup memories off the field, because I always find that like you remember the games, but in big tournaments and in games you always remember the off-field stuff. And I think enjoying each other's company is so important, and making fun of each other, being silly, doing a TikTok, getting people to like just come out of their comfort zone. It like breaks down that barrier that you're just going to get closer to them. And if that means we're getting a reach from people as well, like I know that some of the Irish influencers are actually coming to our game in Brighton, which is really exciting. And to have that kind of exposure as well and tap into a different crowd that men's rugby might not even have is really exciting. And I feel like they are different games, so why not get a different audience as well?